If you're anything like me, when you move to the villages, you got a lot of new things, and one of those things is a barbecue grill. And there's some things you may want to do to it before you actually fire that thing up for the first time, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's go ahead and get started.
I had to return this one. Well, now let's get started. Hey, I'm Rusty Nelson, and that's right. This is a channel all about the villages, and sometimes I do little things like this that are maybe a little different that I think some people may find interesting. So this is about my process of buying a grill, and that grill that I had to return and why and where I returned it to, what model it was. And then the next model that I got that I really liked, but some things as I was putting it together were really cool. Like I got this app that shows you how to put things together. Kind of fun. And then I also kind of did some research on what you need to do to season a grill. So if you are like a lot of people down here in the villages, you're kind of buying new things, and one of those things could very well be a grill. And even if you're not in the villages, this will pertain to you also. But putting it together is one thing, and a totally different thing is seasoning it and getting started. And we're going to kind of look at both of those things. So let's take a look at the first one that I bought, and I'll show you which one that is here. This is it right here, the Dyna-Glo 5-burner propane gas grill in matte black with Tri-Vantage multifunction cooking system. And it was rated over 4 stars, so I thought, what can go wrong? You know, it's really cool. If you look there on the right, it has a sear burner, and you could wheel it around, which is what I cared about. And $279, you couldn't beat it. Plus, I got a 10% discount for being in the military. Life was great. Now, I was with a buddy of mine, Lee, and he had just bought a grill also. So he had his up in the garage, and I had mine down in my garage, and we decided we'll help each other put these together. I went up there, well, he came down to me first, and we put the whole thing together. And as we're putting it together, I'm kind of looking, and I'm going, God, everything feels really thin. I guess it's just the way they were made. Kind of the metal was cheap, and check this out. So if you look here, there's dents on here and stuff like that. But, you know, I had my buddy down there, and we put the whole grill together. We got all done the grill, and there it was in its pride and joy. And I went up and helped him put his together. And then I came down to use it. And that was the first problem. I went to go wheel it out of my garage. And as soon as I did that, one of the legs totally fell off. And I wasn't being that hard on it. I was just wheeling it out, and it fell off. Now, if you did that, and taking the fact that there were dents and everything, and the leg came off, that was the final thing. So I said, you know what? That's it. I'm returning it. And what I did was I kind of went back and I thought, I wonder what Sam's Club has on one of these. And I looked it up on Sam's Club, and they have this like series. It's Master or Pro Series. Yeah, I'll bring a picture of it up. Actually, I just put the video up, and that's kind of what sold me was this video. And I saw this. This is the Pro Series, and there are 2. There's also a one that's not as it's $100 less than this, but you know, here it is. It's got the stainless, it's got the aluminum firebox, the electrical system, the ignition system, the side burner, and all those testosterone things. They sold me, and so I called up our Sam's Club, and they didn't have it. And I ran down to the Sam's Club down in Orlando that night, and I went and picked it up because I was leaving town soon. And for some reason, when I came back, I wasn't going to ask Lee to come back and help me put this one together. So I decided to put it together myself. And for some reason, I decided to take a video of me putting it together. And I'm kind of glad I did, because I learned a few things. One, I learned a few tricks that I kind of pass on to you in the video. 2, there's also an app that I never knew existed called Built that I'll show you on there. And then the third one is actually seasoning the grill, like what you're supposed to do once you get it all put together. And go ahead and watch the video if you want, and I'll put in a chapter mark, I guess, maybe where the seasoning is, and you can watch that if you want. Anyway, here's the video. This would have been August, right after I bought my house. Big screen TV, barbecue grill, and a bed. That was it. That's all I had at the time. Let's take a look. This is my second time around on a grill, and I want to tell you the first one I bought from Home Depot, and it was definitely a cheap one. The first time I wheeled it out, the leg fell off of it, so I said, okay, that's enough. And I went and spent a little more and got one of the Pro Series burner gas grills from Sam's Club, basically because I know I could return it without a hassle if there's any problem with it. But what I wanted to do is cover a couple of things that I've learned about putting things together, and that includes this barbecue right here. And as I go through, that includes seasoning it for the first time and firing it up. But one thing I want to say is if you are not mechanically inclined, you definitely may want to pay somebody. If you buy it at Home Depot or Lowe's, I think it's about $100, or you can buy them pre-assembled. I'll let you know how easy this one is after I get done with it. I'm not going to go through the whole assembly, but I'll let you know after I get most of it done. And I'll be right back with you, and I'm going to get started, and then we're going to see what happens when we fire it up. First thing I did was pull everything out of their individual containers and took things out. There's also, with this, now I don't know whether this is just for Costco, but there's also an app that I'm downloading that shows you actually how to build it. But as you can see, there's a lot of parts. So if you are so inclined to give this a try, have at it, or you just may want to hire somebody from Home Depot. I downloaded the app. This looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. It says, it's called Built is the name of the app, and you put the model number in. I think there's a bunch of stuff. So it says it takes 2 people, but I'm gonna try it with one, an hour and a half, and there's 60 steps and assembly. And that's it. I guess it just kind of runs you through everything. And all right, seems simple enough. I'm gonna give it a try. All right, here's one quick tip that may help some people. A lot of people don't realize that if you take a adjustable wrench, and you can usually put it on the end of a screwdriver, hold the tip in, and give it that last little snug tightening, and there you go. A lot of these boxes, when you use these, take these boxes out and unpack things, it's 2 separate boxes, so the whole top flips off. If you just turn it upside down, you can use it to store all your stuff. Also, lay all your parts out so you know exactly where they are. Take a quick glance over the instructions. Yes, I did read the instructions before I put it on, but this app is really, really helpful. Shows things in 3D, which is really kind of cool. Anyway, I'm going to get right back to it. Oh, one more thing real quick. I assembled this, the bottom part, on the back of the truck. So if you can, find a friend and lift this up onto a table, or the back of a truck works really well. And that way you're not bending over the whole time trying to assemble that base. I got the whole thing done, and I don't have any screws left over, which is a good thing. So the next on the agenda is to wash off some of the pieces, the grate and stuff like that, just mild soap, and rinse those off. Then I'm going to throw them all back in there, and we're going to burn it for about 20 minutes. And then after that, we're going to let that settle, cool off, and then we're going to spray the inside with a high heat type of oil. Now there's a bunch of stuff you can use, but the main part about it is to make sure that it's high heat. And that's going to help to season the grill. So let's get started on that. First thing you want to do is actually check and make sure that your lines don't have any leaks. So when you actually turn it on, I went in and you put a little soapy water on the joints, and you can check out and see if there's any bubbles on there. Then you know you got leaks. So anyway, first thing we're gonna do is just turn this on for about 20 minutes or so, and just try to burn off all the stuff that's on here. Now we got all the burners on, and we're gonna close this and monitor the heat for a little bit. What we really want to do is just get it kind of to a medium heat and let it run for 20 minutes or so. And that's about it. As you can see, that's all the crap inside burning off right now. And I'll leave that go for about 15 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes I'll go ahead and open it up so it airs itself out and burns. But I'll keep it around for 450, maybe let it get up to 500. Right now it's set at medium, so we'll see what happens. Almost at the end, we went and did this for about 20 minutes or so. The last 5 minutes I left it open and put it on high, and that basically burnt off all the residue from the manufacturing, and actually it stopped smoking in about 15 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some high heat cooking oil. This is a spray canola. You don't want to use stuff that has salt in it or anything like that, but anything that's a high heat type of oil, cooking oil, to put on there, so you wouldn't be using olive oil or anything like that. But this works out pretty good, and the whole idea is just to kind of coat the inside of it, coat the grates, and then burn it off. And that's about it. And that's going to help to keep stuff from sticking all over the place. We'll also do the drip pan in the back a little bit, and just kind of wipe it around, that's all. I just sprayed the whole thing down, sprayed up under the, make sure you spray up under the hood, and then the grates, and down in the cooking box area. And then I also did the drip pan area, and then just took a rag while it was cool and kind of spread it all around so it wasn't clumped up in one spot, and then we'll just let it go for about 20 minutes. Also did underneath the drip pan, so hopefully when it comes time to clean that, it might be a little easier. And it's getting real close to barbecue time. That's about it. I got that grill up and running, and it took a couple of times before cooking some ribeyes on there before I could get a good flare up, but so far I really like it. Now, just to clarify something, I used to have a Lynx grill, which is a really high-end grill. I mean, they literally cost thousands of dollars when I was out in California, and it had a pro sear thing on it and had this and that, and I'll tell you what, I enjoy this one just as much, and that one was a couple few $1,000s. And this one's just as nice. Speaking of that, let me bring up the other one that is just like this grill, except it doesn't have all the stainless and as much cast aluminum on it. And that's $399, and that's kind of called the same thing. The Members Mark 4 burner grill with side burner. It's just not the Master or Pro Series, that's all. But I like the grill so far. It's rock steady. You can tell it's built well. It cost almost twice as much as the other one, but there's definitely a difference. I don't know whether anybody wants to spend that much on a grill, the $500, but it definitely worked well. And you know, I'm going to do a few more of these type things, little things that may pertain to things around. Like I have another one that I just videotaped of me putting the lights in, the LED strip lights above the cabinets and above the curtains and stuff like that, which makes really nice light, and it's all controlled by Alexa and stuff like that. So that'll be kind of fun. But so make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and thanks a lot for joining in. If you have any other suggestions on some videos you'd like to see about that, some stuff around the villages, I'm always taking it. Or if you any other ideas about grills, man, just pass them along, because that's what this is all about, to help other people. Thanks a lot, and I'll either see you back here on YouTube or I'll see you down in the villages. Thanks a lot for dropping by. Have a wonderful day.